and good morning to another edition of the Friday Morning Commute. This is your host, Rovin Doug. Starting off the day, formal as always. So let's go ahead and get started. So it is week 20 of year 2. Visits from our wonderful good Sir Xur. I actually can't believe we're 6 weeks away from being halfway through the Destiny year. And that means there's good 32 more weeks of content that we can wait for from Bungie. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Anyway, so back on to Xur. That was my first tangent of the morning. Today, Xur has for us the Empyrean Bellicose Helmet for Titans, the Skyburner's Annex Helmet for Hunters, the Alchemist's Raiment for Warlocks, the Thunderlord Heavy Weapon, and Legacy Exotic Body Armor Engrams. Now, as always, please remember the Legacy Exotic Engram is to complete your collection of Year 1 exotics that you currently don't own. Other than that, don't use your strange coins on them. Now, just to make a note of one piece of armor, the Alchemist's Raiment. The Alchemist's Raiment is a perfect chest piece to pair with the Talak Warlock Scout Rifle. Now, the Talak Scout Rifle is available from the Gunsmith Rank 3. It's part of an exotic weapon quest line, and it's a really fairly stable exotic. Now, one of the perks on it is if you hold on to your super energy, your weapon gets even more stable. And now if you use your super energy, of course that stability goes away. But it makes sense to pair the Talak with Alchemist Raiment, because the Alchemist Raiment also has a perk that relies on super energy being full. Now, for myself, depending on what class I play, I hardly ever use my super. In fact, if I'm playing PvP Crucible, 9 times out of 10 I'm playing Sunsinger, because I forgot to change my subclass, and so I rarely use my super energy. So this would be a great scout rifle for those situations where the super energy doesn't make sense to use, or you can gain it back extremely quickly if you need to use it in a clutch situation. Now, moving on from Xur, this week has been Iron Banner Week. We've seen the Chaos that plays off as Iron Banner Rift. And I'll be honest, I haven't played any of Iron Banner ever, period. I just have never had the characters at the right light level to play. Nor have I had a good team to play with. If I'm doing one of these endgame PvPs, I love to have a teammate or two just to chat with, enjoy the company, someone to be the calm in the center of the chaotic PvP storm. But it doesn't look like it's been as bad as a lot of people have been woeing. I think, me personally, that it looks interesting and fun, and it definitely goes along with the team-based aspect of Iron Banner. I heard a conversation at one point this week that was like, skirmish would be awesome. And I'm like, that goes completely against, I think it was skirmish. But anything small team and single, maybe it was Rumble. I can't remember. I can't keep the Destiny PvP stats straight in my head. But in any case, good morning, Sir Richard. In any case, they are not a part of what the Destiny Iron Banner lore stands for and is about. The Iron Banner is supposed to be for large-man fire teams, 6-man fire teams, to get the practice needed to hold fortifications or protect settlements that are not a part of the last city. You know, this is done kind of in the hope that humanity will expand once again, retake the earth, more of the earth, or start developing these other cities and other locations so that we have a kind of a network of cities that Guardians could be based out of. So along those lines, gameplays like Rift, Capture, Zone Control, those are all a part of kind of this concept of hold a location and protect it, or take something of interest to another location, protecting that item of interest. Now, along with Iron Banner, we have to talk about matchmaking. So, I was watching on Tuesday in a streamer's channel, Guardian Lux, which, by the way, if you don't know who Guardian Lux is, check him out on Twitch. He's a great guy. I love sitting in his stream. It's a lot of fun, and usually it's one of the most chill streams you can be a part of. So chill, so awesome. Anyways, and you could definitely tell that there were a few matchmaking hiccups with red bars and latency, but it looked like about normal, even before the skill-based matchmaking that came into play in December. It still doesn't seem like there was. September. It still didn't seem like there was that much. But going into Wednesday, Bungie launched a patch to, on their end, help reduce the weight of skill and increase the weight of connection. So, kind of swinging back towards connection-based matchmaking. Skill, I believe, still does play an important factor, but to be honest, it's more fun whenever you shoot someone and they die than if you shoot someone, they kill you, and then they die. So, we are seeing, I would say, some good improvements. Bungie has admitted that they're not done. They're still going to work on this. And it's coming into this week of Iron Banner, this new year, where we actually are having weekly updates. It's refreshing to see their initiative in fixing what the community sees as an issue and what they've been able to tell has become an issue. Now, part of this also explains why we don't have a Bungie weekly update this week on Thursday. I believe we'll have it this evening, so if you're wondering where it went, they're working on matchmaking. And specifically for Iron Banner, hopefully they can take it and move it out accordingly. I bet Trials or Vanilla Crucible would be the next place that it gets hit with this matchmaking improvement. But we'll see what they say. In other news, though, for Bungie, they appointed a new CEO over Bungie so this means that there's now a new person in charge over the entirety of Bungie in regards to shaping what Bungie does with Destiny for the next 8 years, 9.5 years. Now, I don't know the circumstances of this swap. In fact, this could have been a planned move by Bungie done a while back. It also could be an outcome of kind of the community outburst at some of the decisions that Bungie's made, especially over the last 20 weeks or so. In any case, it doesn't matter. I would like to know, but all in all, it doesn't matter. We have a new CEO at the head of Bungie. And with that comes changes, hopefully changes that we want, and hopefully changes that will be bringing players back to Destiny. If you don't know, it is January 29th, and the Division is having their open beta weekend this weekend. Xbox One started yesterday, PlayStation 4 and PC start today, and runs through Sunday. Division looks a lot like a more realistic version of Destiny with the looter-shooter MMO type perspective. The story's pretty interesting. I'll give it that. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh no, Division's gonna kill Destiny. Now there's a slim possibility that in the process of this game going live that Bungie implodes and Destiny just stops as it is. But I don't see Destiny dying just because another game comes into this MMO looter-shooter space. In fact, I think this is going to be a very good thing for Bungie because it's going to cause them to be more proactive with their development and the content that they give out. It's like whenever in a business, if you have a competitor enter your space, you have to adapt to them in order to either identify them as a threat, if so, find their weakness, exploit it. So this hopefully encourages a better business model of them being proactive in their development and everything. Now, with that being said, I do think until Destiny has a really truly good reason for people to come back, I don't think a lot of people are seeing Crimson Days as a reason to come back, in all honesty. Some of the more hardcore people, but the casuals more likely won't. To really win people back, Bungie has to show us that they've got content in the pipe for us. A lot of people, and me included, want to know at least what Bungie is thinking. But Bungie plays it safe, and they do it out of good reason. They don't want to tell us what's going to happen until they know what's going to happen. So, the skill-based matchmaking, they knew it was going to happen, and they could have told us. But I respect their decision to not, and to get some kind of empirical data to see, is skill-based weighing skill better than weighing connection? And I think they got their answer in a surprising way. I think they were not expecting people to be more over connection versus skill, especially in a PvP environment, but I prefer, and this is just personal opinion, I prefer PvP where I can crush and then I can get crushed. And 9 times out of 10, I'm the one being crushed, but at least I have a chance to do really well. Where if I'm just paired against a really good PvP player who's had a bad week, they're still going to be better on me on average than other kind of casual randoms I could get connected with. All that being said, I'm still excited. Bungie, the renewed amount of information Bungie has been pouring out our way this week has been a delight to see, and the matchmaking's been, I would say, an improved experience, and I'm excited to see it continue to improve. I will make a comment. I showed one of my earlier scopes in the week. I do a Wednesday Arms a Day scope, and I showed it to a few people, and someone said, hey, Bungie isn't required to maintain their game servers past a year. I'm like, that's a good point. And we talked about it a little bit, kind of where my assumptions were coming from and where their point was coming from, and we agreed, and at least I agreed that, I might have used too hard a word. It is in Bungie's best interest to keep Destiny alive, especially with their partnership or their contract with Activision. Now, how Bungie decides to do that, or how long Bungie decides to maintain this ecosystem, left to be seen. Hopefully, they will keep out everything for this 10-year contract with Activision, and everything will be fine and dandy. And who knows, Bungie may get the rights back to Destiny after these 10 years and be like, dudes, we've got even more in store for you, and we'll be like, yeah. But we will see. I'm excited. It's going to be, I think, a very interesting weekly update today. I'm hoping for some good information on what the roadmap is for even the next 2 months, to be honest. Give us a month at a time. You should know this, Bungie. In any case, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining me on my Friday morning commute. This is your host, Rovin Doug, getting ready to sign off. If you like this, please follow on Periscope, where I stream these live. And then you can also learn more about these on Twitter, all under the same username, Rovin Doug. I also stream on Twitch, so if you want to catch me streaming, watch Twitter, or follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rovin Doug. That will tell you whenever I go live and I start streaming. And then, if you want to see the saved replay of this, I download it and upload it to YouTube. You can search for me on there. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy your Friday, and hope you have a wonderful weekend, whether you play Destiny or The Division. I'll see you Starside Guardians. Bye.